Okay, so what we've got, first of all, the card that represents you and what crosses you. I think it's about recognition and the timing of it. And I think that this, whatever this issue is that comes up very much out of the blue or quite suddenly around my Libra, it's closely associated to another air sign, Aquarius. But what that really talks to me about is success, recognition, something that happens quite quickly. And I almost feel that this kind of recognition definitely comes with part of your life's path, your career choice, here in your foundation. I think you're very much in control of whatever the situation is that arises for you. Because like I said, I think this is, you wake up in the morning and you find out that Donald Trump has been impeached, something like that. But it's big and it affects you directly, but it feels like it's something that happens either on a national or an international stage. But it's something, whether it's on a large scale for someone, because I feel very much the strong pull towards someone having their due, having their success with something that comes through as a great big deal. Now, whether it's on a corporate level, or it's in the community, or it's on the national stage. We've got this King of Pentacles who's very much in control. But he's in control of his money, his security, his foundation. He works the soil. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty. So I think he's kind of, this is a situation that he's really very dug into. Even though this talks about an air sign. For me, this is you. It's the thing that is at your foundation. It's at the very core of what you are, what you're trying to accomplish, what you're looking for recognition over. Is very much connected to the ultimate security. Maybe it's a home. I almost want to say for some of you, you've been waiting for an opportunity to move to a new home. There is a sudden change in the flow, and you find out you've been approved to buy that new home, that first home even, because the Page of Swords, he sends that message of clarity. So we want to look at the past. And for you, the past has been communication. Communication in whatever the situation is. And I do feel very much that someone who is involved in this does stand on a public stage of some kind. In the past, some open communication. Maybe what came through in the past was a message, and the message came through, and it was life-changing. It was a life-changing moment for Libra. The messages are very vague on this. Now, in the present day, I think you're fighting the good fight. Whatever the situation is that you're looking for some kind of recognition through, some sort of accomplishment. There's an urgency around this, and there's a lot of strength, but it feels like it's a collective strength for some of you. Feels very much that this may be around a group of people trying to make a change. In the future position, I do see that this is possibly working through groups or having that brand new house. It's something that you've built up finances towards, maybe, whether it's a project or a new home, whether it's building onto an existing home or building onto your career. I do think that you've got a lot invested into it, whether it's financial investment or emotional investment, this very vague situation coming through for Libra. At the very root of it, at this very time here, current day, you're gathering your ammunition for the fight. I really think that this is a group conditioned for a fight here. I almost want to see this on a very large scale. Someone is bringing something to the public that's going to change the world, change the way people look at the world. I feel this is a very collective kind of group dynamic here. And maybe this is you working within a unit, within a group. This could be a family unit, bringing their finances together, bringing all of their skills and all of their ability and their money together to make this situation a viable thing. Now I want to look at the card that talks about you, yourself. Now here we have the King of Pentacles and now we have the Queen of Pentacles. Air signs. It's really talking about your finances, your security, and your home. Again, I feel very strongly for some of you, this is a home. This is finally gathering together all of the assets that you need, financial, all of the support you need, family and friends, and bringing it all together is this foundation. I think because for some of you, it feels very much that there is a necessary ending here. We have the Ten of Swords in the environment. That tells me that there's a displeasure with the way something has been going on, the way something has been developing. And there's definitely this need to bring a really difficult situation to a halt, to bring it to a stop. And maybe that's what the accelerated motion is here. Maybe the accelerated motion is actually the end to whatever the situation is. If you're living in a home that's dilapidated and run down and your landlord is a sleazeball, and you finally decided it's time to, man up and buy your family a house or whatever the situation is, I think that the news is coming that your situation will change. Your situation may change very quickly because it feels very much in your environment, Libra. There's something going on that absolutely there's an urgency to the need for an ending for whoever this is, Libra. It feels very much like an urgency to an ending for you. Now, looking at your hopes and fears, the Knight of Cups, planning, looking for something that's more pleasing, that lends a more active planning towards a situation that is pleasing, where there's maybe some accomplishment of this desire, this recognition of some kind, whatever the recognition is here. I think that the ending connected to that is going to be a big ending. It feels very much like the ending comes quite suddenly and out of the blue. And you are moving towards a more satisfactory outcome here. Definitely breathing easier. The feeling isn't as heavy here as if it had just, the brakes just came off and the whole vehicle started to move forward. And this was the moment where it all kind of broke loose and everything happened all at once. The end to one situation, the beginning of another situation, almost instantaneously coming together. Now, in the final position, I've got the outcome. And the outcome is happiness, accomplishment. It could be talking about a new love for some of you. During a time of, I almost feel like your love life must have been stagnant for quite a while. And then out of the blue, someone introduces themselves to you. And it feels very much like life will never be the same for you again. It's a good connection, a nice connection. And we're going to talk about that connection at my Vimeo channel. If this is talking about you moving into a new place of accomplishment, whatever it is that needs to end here, whether it's mental, whether it's abusive, whether it's inner, whether it's outer a dialogue, whatever it is that's coming through here that needs to end. If this is a bully, the bully will be silenced. If this is inner dialogue, that's also going to be silenced because the accomplishment is coming. The notoriety of whatever it is that you're wanting notoriety for here, it's all coming through with very satisfactory results. And it's actually a better time, more peaceful time coming for your outcome, okay? All right, now I do want to take a quick clarifier. Let's see. I think I want to clarify. Why is the moon here? Are there secrets being held? Is it more unknown? the star above it would tell me that there's a desire to expose a lie, expose a truth, and that truth is exposed quite suddenly. That's what brings about the notoriety. That's why I want to say, if this is a bully and there's a bully being exposed either on a local or a international level, it's something you need to watch for that's going to happen quite suddenly. The Two of Cups again, the Empress, the Strength. Wow. Now that's on the unknown with the moon. Inner strength. Inner strength. It represents what you're going through now. Maybe we're just coming around to exposing this truth. Maybe this truth is around someone who lives a very abundant life. Maybe someone who very much is connected to their money and greed on a very intimate level. I think someone, whoever this is about, is on some level, there is some notoriety around this person that is crossing you, whether it's on a local level or an international level. We could even be talking here about, we could be talking about celebrity status. We could be talking about political status. Right now, on a very international level, we're talking about a lot of close associations. People who have greed on their side. They have financial strength. The financial strength is really very mighty. The dollar is quite prominent in this message for whoever this domineering kind of bullying energy is. The energy is actually quite immature with their communication. That's the other thing I'm getting. This is someone who does not communicate well on an adult level. They have a very immature way of communicating, and maybe that's the relationship that is needed to end here. Okay. I'm getting some very weird messages from this. The Page of Swords. I've got two queens here with the Page of Swords. Okay, and the Ten of Pentacles. Page of Swords. This Page of Swords energy. He is actually something of the past. We have women, multiple women, working against this very immature communicator. I think that this accelerated movement around this kind of bullying energy comes through empowerment through women. And this energy is facing Now, the women in his life or her life, whoever this is, they are facing the strong female element around them. And there are multitudes of these strong women, connected women, all coming through to face this very immature bully in my vision of it. The numbers have gotten stronger as you've progressed through this. I don't know where this, I don't know why this is coming through. I really want you all to just know I apologize if it sounds like gibberish. Someone is going to understand it. There's a real growth of personal power here, not just in one person, but in this growth and empowerment of this very strong feminine, it's definitely a female-driven energy that's coming through. That is really kind of silencing this domineering, kind of bullying male voice. It feels very much like there's this bombastic fool, and I don't have the fool here, but I don't need it to know it. And this is all coming together for some of you as a community effort. Strength in numbers, I hear, and recognition through groups, recognition within power and association. Now, I want one more clarification, because this association is going to bring quite a hopeful, satisfying, situation to a completion, a happy completion. But I want to look at the Ten of Swords. This ending, this completion. The Knight of Wands, King of Swords, and the Chariot. So what we have here is this feeling that justice is playing out. This real feeling that something, somewhere, something is getting a hold of a situation that is frankly out of control. Because this guy in reverse, he has an overabundance of passion. And it often can get in his way in very negative, with very negative actions. He acts incredibly immaturely, hastily. Again, this energy is what we're putting to an end. This kind of controlling, bullying, over-aggressive situation has been a battle for some. Whether this is a boss who's a creep, or a father who's a bully, a brother who's a bully, or your local politician who's a bully. Somebody is being brought to justice. The war is now being fought. If you're looking around wondering what the hell I'm talking about, It is around a war that is currently being fought. The battle is around a clueless, angry bully who serves by greed. But the battle has come to the king. The battle has come to the king now. And what we're moving forward with now is hope, calmer seas, a better day, smoother interactions with others. Time of peace and harmony and a new acceptance of one another. This could be, again, I really feel like this is you and the neighbor, or you and the new immigrant down the street, or you and the person who's different than you. There's a newness about our interactions. There's a newness about the way we're being expected to dialogue and to interface with one another.